You might have heard there's like a few techniques for how to raise bilingual children. Even if you are not fluent in English, don't worry about that. Suddenly they can distinguish which one is English, which one is Korean.
Welcome back to Lunch Hour English. Today I am at a Chinese-Korean restaurant and we've got all kinds of delicious food in front of us here. Jajang, champong, tangsu, all of the Korean classics. I'm excited to dig in, but first I will introduce you to my very special guest today. This is my friend Jem. So will you introduce yourself?
Hi there, everybody. I'm Jem. I'm from Hawaii in the USA. I've been living in Korea over 10 years.
Yeah,
a long time. And I'm currently working as an English teacher also. And I'm running my own English academy in Sinchon.
You're a boss babe.
I'm a boss babe, try my best. But I'm a big fan of jampong here, so I got this one. But jjajangmyeon, tangsuyuk, all of them, I'm a big fan.
I don't think I've ever had Chinese food this early or this sober. So, you ready to dig in? So you mentioned that you're running a hagwon in Hongdae.
Yeah.
Can you tell me a little bit more about that? It is a big accomplishment. So how was it like opening a business in Korea and what brought you to do that?
I've actually been running this academy for 10 years, as long as I've been here, yes.
I didn't realize that. I mean, for me as a foreigner in Korea, like thinking the prospect of opening your own business here, it's kind of scary.
In the beginning, it's a lot of trial and error, and there were things that I didn't think of. Interior design and space and the size of a classroom and the distance between me and the student. There are a lot of little aspects that you really need to consider when you open the business or open a kind of study space.
That's amazing though.
Thanks. For me, teaching has kind of always been my passion. Before I was kind of doing here, there lessons, but I kind of wanted to teach with my own philosophy, which is kind of giving feedback to students. A lot of times people go to academies and they sit down with a book, but I think that's really not as helpful as actually engaging in conversation. So I like to do a lot of conversation and feedback-based activities. I just want to make sure that they have as much talking time as possible, because a lot of people, they speak in English and they're afraid of making mistakes. And even if they make a mistake, well, nobody tells them, and then you might end up making the same mistake again. So I just try to help them out, tell them gently, and after that they feel a little bit more confident. Because even if we study it all day with a book, when you come face to face, hey,
it's so different.
Right, you freeze up.
I think confidence is key actually when it comes to learning a new language. So that's really great.
Yeah. I actually also teach moms and kids together. Mom can also learn from ABCD. It is totally okay.
So actually a lot of our viewers are in that kind of situation. So we have a lot of moms who are teaching their kids English. Maybe they're not totally fluent, but they want to help their kid learn English. So do you have any advice for parents out there? How can they help their kid get more fluent in English?
Yeah, two things really come to mind. The first thing is, even if you, the mother, are not fluent in English and you're afraid that if I teach them the wrong thing, they're going to learn the wrong thing, don't worry about that. Just introducing it into the environment, making it comfortable, is a really good idea. And I would say the second one is just acknowledge your own child's learning style. Not every kid can look at the book, write down 100 words. If your kid loves music, try introducing songs. If your kid loves exercising, dancing, move your arms, anything like that, just kind of recognize what is the way that your own child can kind of absorb this information the best.
That's really good advice because I agree, everyone learns differently.
Totally.
So I love that it's a very personalized approach. You doing this on top of being a mom.
Oh yes, I also have my own kids.
Wow. Yeah. How old are your kids?
So my oldest is, I have a daughter. She is 8 years old, international age, and she is in the 2nd grade of elementary school. And my youngest, my son, he's 5 and he is in kindergarten.
Aww, that's so sweet. Do they go to regular Korean school?
Yeah, they go to just regular Korean kindergarten, regular Korean elementary school.
How's their experience with that?
For my daughter, at first, she said she had a hard time with actually Korean letters. However, after about 2 or 3 months, they really teach it a lot in school. She's very good at it now. And for my son too, getting along with his classmates. As a mother of multiracial kids, my husband is Korean, so my children are mixed. I was worried, are they gonna fit in? Nobody really cares. So, actually, Korea is also becoming more multicultural. She's not the only one. Yeah, so there are more. They blend pretty well. The kids play very well during class time.
That's good. They speak all Korean,
all
right?
Korean all the time.
So I'm curious, do you speak English with them at home or do you speak Korean with them?
You might have heard there's a few techniques for how to raise bilingual children. And we adapt one technique which is called one parent, one language, where each parent chooses their native language to use to the child. So I only speak English and my husband only uses Korean. When we're together, it does sound funny, but the children will respond to me in English and respond to their father in Korean.
Wow.
And even funnier, sometimes they will translate between us. We can understand, but they will actually translate between us.
That's so cute.
Yes. Some people do the environmental method, like all English at home, all Korean outside.
Wow, for them to be learning 2 languages at such a young age, that's such a big advantage for their future, I think.
It's amazing to see the actual process myself from being a baby up to this age. I can see that exactly right around 3.5 years old is where the languages start to blend and they get confused, but then they have this burst of language and suddenly they can distinguish which one is English, which one is Korean. It's really cool.
That would be really interesting, the progression.
Yes.
I don't know if this is true, but I've heard that bilingual kids are taking a little bit longer to start speaking more. Do you find that true?
I think you're totally right, and I was also panicking too because up to 18 months, right? I'm like, why are they not talking? But after 18 months, boom.
Okay.
Suddenly they can speak 2 languages. So the development was slower, but then it came all at once. And then can't stop talking. Can suddenly use high-level words. Where did you hear that? That's for the moms too. If they're thinking, oh, my kid's not learning English fast enough. No. They're processing. They probably know it. They're just not showing you.
So your kids go to school here in Korea. Before sending them to school here in Korea, do you have any concerns or did you consider sending them to American schools?
Yeah, absolutely. I worried a lot about, they're very strict here in Korea about the studying style is kind of repeat, memorize, do everything quickly, kind of about just getting the right answer. Whereas in the US, they tend to focus more on expressing your creativity. And if you answer the question logically, if you can prove why you chose this answer, then the teacher will give you a good score. So I think this was the huge difference I worried about.
Okay. Do you see your kids staying in Korea through college even?
I think ultimately I'll give them the choice when they're old enough to make their own decision, but as a teacher, I'm not a huge fan of the cramming and test-taking culture because I do believe that some people can be very smart, but not everybody's good at taking a test. So I don't believe tests are the best way to judge somebody's intelligence. I do want them to be able to express themselves more. So in the end, I'm gonna let it be their decision.
Jem, thank you so much for joining me today. I learned so much from you and your teaching method. I do have kids in the future. I know who I'll be sending them to.
Oh, this is sweet. Well, thank you so much for inviting me, and thank you. This was delicious, and I'm so full. And it's amazing lunch hour English with you. So thank you so much.
Come back anytime. We enjoyed it so much. Thank you, everybody, for joining us for lunch today. Please make sure to subscribe to our channel. Also, check out the pinned comment below, and I will see you next time.